Counting down this week to our 70th anniversary here at WXYZ.
It's hard to believe, and we're taking time to reflect on the moments that made us part of your community.
Yeah, so many special moments, right, guys? Well, Channel 7 is certainly a special place. You know that. It's the only station we watched in my house growing up in Detroit. I feel lucky not only coming into your home every night, but sharing the once-in-a-lifetime moments that mean so much to us and hopefully to you too. You know, I have so many memorable moments from being here at Channel 7 over the last 20 years, but I think the one that sticks out in my mind the most is when Dan Zaharik, who has worked with me for more than 20 years, he walked up to my desk and he whispered and he said, "Carolyn, we're sending you to Washington, to the White House, to interview President Barack Obama." And I said, "What? Really? Me?" The White House actually sent a letter inviting you. And I was like, wow. They set up the trip and I went to Washington with my photographer, who's the chief photographer here at Channel 7 now, Ramon Rosario. And I was so nervous thinking about going to the White House to stand in front of a sitting president. I mean, they checked us from head to toe, literally, before we could even go inside the White House. I was going to interview the president about the Iran nuclear deal, which is still in the news today. You only get 5 minutes with the president. And so I actually had to go through a lesson where they said, you're going to walk in a room, you're going to stand in a box on the floor, and you can't get any closer to the president than that box. And then they taught us how to extend our hand, meaning you couldn't reach. I walked in and I stood in my little box and I said, "Hello, Mr. President," and shook his hand and said it's a proud moment for me, of course. And I went through my questions. I could only pop off 4 in 5 minutes, and that was it. Some of your critics would say this deal is almost like putting a pause button on Iran. And then at the end, the president said, "Hey, you guys want to take a picture? Do you have your photographer with you?" And so the president turned to Ramon and said,
"Hey, Ramon, what's going on, man? How are you? How are you?
You can get in the picture too." And so we took a picture with the president, and I just have to say it was really the proudest moment of my career. For President Barack Obama, of course, to be the first African-American president, for me to be from the city of Detroit. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know how many anchors across the country have been invited to the White House to be able to speak on such a topic and to stand in front of a president one-on-one like that. So yeah, it was quite overwhelming, but such a proud moment. I still get goosebumps kind of watching that. That was an amazing moment, right? No matter your politics, too, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, when you get a chance to interview a sitting president that is one for a reporter's history book, certainly for mine, and maybe something I'll tell my grandchildren one day.
And Ramon will be telling his grandchildren
You got that
too,
right, and we have that picture to prove it.
That was
really
quite
cool.
the moment.
Wasn't
Incredible, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of history in 70 years.
I mean, and we all have our moments to share and our community moments. So it's just a beautiful thing. Celebrating 70 years here on 7.
Yeah, it's a proud one.
Well, you can watch our special 70 Years of 7 this Tuesday at 7:30. Please tune in.